माननीय श्री सागर खांडरे। थैंक यू जी, धन्यवाद।
Come towards me. Sudha.
Thank you, Chairperson sir, for allowing me to talk on the demand for grants for railways for the year 2025-26. We all know that railways plays a crucial role in developing our nation. But nowadays, when we look at the railways, the first thing that comes to our mind is the rail accidents that are happening. According to NCRB data, it says that in the past 10 years, more than 2.6 lakh people have died, and this is categorized into different heads. There have been collision of trains, derailment of rails, people falling from running rails, and people being run over by trains. So majority of the deaths are happening because people are being either run over by trains or they are falling from trains. However, we do not know, there is no report as to whether these are suicides or these are accident deaths. So I request the government to conduct a detailed study, detailed report to ensure that these accident deaths are reduced. When it comes to collision and derailment of trains, more than 700 deaths and more than 2,000 injuries have happened in the past 10 years. So for this, I request the central government to also look into this. Kavach is being brought in to ensure that these collisions and derailments do not happen. But however, Kavach is being implemented at a very slow rate. Out of the 68,000 rail kilometer line that is there in our country, only about 3,700 kilometer rail has been implemented by Kavach. So I hope that this accident death issue is sorted by the central government quickly. Along with this, not only Kavach system, sir, even the redevelopment of stations under Amrit Bharat is happening at a very slow rate. In the year 2024-25, more than 450 stations were supposed to be developed. However, only one station has been developed, only one, the target has been reached. Along with that, sir, RUBs that are being constructed by the government are of very poor quality. When the monsoon starts, when the rain starts, that time there's a lot of flooding happening in the RUBs, sir. Even the security protocols at railway stations aren't at the level they are supposed to be, sir. So I request the government to also increase the security to ensure safety and security of our passengers, sir. When it comes to overcrowding of train stations, we have all seen recently in Delhi there was a stampede which has caused more than 18 deaths, sir. So I hope that the government looks into this and overcrowding is also reduced. Sir, just give me 1 minute, sir. This is my maiden speech. When it comes to my constituency, sir, Bidar is being developed as a Amrit Bharat station. So I request even Bhalki and Kamalnagar stations to be taken up in the next phase, sir. Bidar is the farthest constituency away from the state capital of Karnataka, which is Bengaluru, sir, and it is quite farther away from Delhi also. So the connectivity to both state capital and national capital is necessary, sir. Bidar-Bangalore train has been getting overcrowded since there are only 22 bogies, sir. There is a provision to add 2 more bogies and make it 24 bogies, sir, which I request the government to do so that the overcrowding reduces and the passengers are able to go better, sir. Dakshin Express stops at Hyderabad, sir. If this is extended to Bidar, then this will also enhance connectivity to Delhi, sir. Along with that, sir, one of the major demands of our constituency is Vande Bharat train from Bidar to Bangalore, sir. As I have told, it's the farthest constituency away from our state capital, sir. Currently, our rail lines are equipped to run at 110 kilometers per hour. But to go at Vande Bharat pace, we need to equip our rail lines to go to 130 kilometers per hour, sir. So I request the government to upgrade our rail lines. The electrification process to Gulbarga is also underway, sir. So if these track lines are equipped, then definitely Vande Bharat can start from Bidar, sir. Sir, along with that, another Taluka Chinchodi is a very backward region, sir. There's a final location survey for Tandur cement cluster.
Please conclude.
Sir, just 30 seconds, sir. 30 seconds. Final location survey for Tandur cement cluster in Zairabad railway line. If it is rerouted via Taluka Chinchodi, sir, this will help for the development of this region, sir. Khanapur pit line has been constructed, but passenger trains aren't being functioning, sir. This should also be developed as a junction to ease traffic at Bidar junction, sir. Sir, I'll just conclude, sir. One last line, sir. One last line. Sir, media is the fourth pillar of democracy. So, our media friends used to get 50% concession before COVID. Now the concession has stopped, sir. So I request the government to restart this construction, sir.
Okay,
lastly, I would like to...
माइक सर जी, आपका माइक चालू है. आप
धन्यवाद.
Thank you, Chairperson, sir, for allowing me to talk on the carriage of goods by sea bills. Firstly, any bill or act that is brought out needs to define everything correctly so there is no confusion. Here, this bill does not define the word port, which will cause legal disputes tomorrow. So, along with that, there is no mechanism established to address dispute resolution, whether alternate means of dispute resolution is available or not. This bill needs to address how the government is going to deal with maritime disputes, sir. Along with that, there is also no penalties mentioned in the bill. This bill disadvantages shippers in a lot of ways, Chairperson, sir. I would like to elaborate on that. Article 3, Clause 9 says that a benefit of insurance or similar clause shall be deemed to be a clause relieving the carrier of any liability, which means that if any goods are damaged and if there is any such clause which is similar to a benefit of insurance, and even if the insurance company does not pay the shipper, the carrier is not held liable. In Article 4, Clause 2A, the carrier will not be responsible for loss or damage arising from act, neglect or default of the master, mariner, pilot or the servants of the carrier in the navigation or management of the ship. This means to say that where in a lot of other cases vicarious liability is applied, sir, where there is principal agent relationship. However, in this case, even if the staff of the carrier end up damaging the goods, if there is any mismanagement on their part, the carrier does not have any liability, where the shipper is again disadvantaged, sir. Now, Article 6, sir, we all know how important bill of lading is when it comes to carriage of goods by sea. However, there are special conditions in Article 6 that say that bill of lading is not needed, and the provisos in this are also very vague, sir. Article 7 says that the parties, that is shipper and carrier, are free to make their own agreements, sir, without being subjected to the rules of this act. However, the whole point of this act is to ensure that there is a standard, uniform structure. Sir, give me, sir, I have 5 minutes, sir. I had 5 minutes. Sir,
Please conclude.
Sir, so Article 7, the whole point of the Act is to ensure that there is a standard structure for establishing responsibilities, liabilities, rights and immunities for carrier. However, this article goes against the very object and reasons mentioned in the Act, sir. Finally, sir, there is also no provision for transport. When there is transport of illegal goods, there is no mention of that itself in this Act, sir. This needs to be looked into, as there is a lot of drug menace in the country, sir. So I hope the Minister also mentions this. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. माननीय सुधाकर सिंह
2 मिनट बता दीजिए
सर, आप 2 मिनट में खत्म कीजिएगा प्लीज.
माननीय